Hi guys, I'm Right There Joey.
And I'm Maxon.
Welcome back to FutureSight. A quick announcement before we get into the episode. I'd just like to wish everyone who's going to the US and UK Nationals this weekend good luck, and basically try and have a good time. That includes you, Maxon. With that covered, I'd like to announce that today we're going to be covering Skylar. Skylar is actually a trainer from the Cold Flare and Freeze Bolt sets in Japan.
She's a supporter.
Oh yeah, sorry, she's a supporter from Cold Flare and Freeze Bolt in Japan. Our current translation for this is search your deck for a trainer card, reveal it and put it into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. I say current translation because I'm not 100% sure if the translation we have right now is just using the generic term trainer card, or if it's going to be narrowed down to trainer item. Well, apart from that, let's go into this. We'll assume it's actually is trainer card. If it's trainer item, just ignore, but refer to the episode. So I think I should hand this straight to you, Max, seeing as this is the first episode you've actually wanted to do.
Well, it looks well, but the first saw it and we saw the scans. I actually initially thought it was just trainer items. So my initial thoughts based on that. The first thing I thought, searchable candy.
Oh yeah, that does sound beautiful. That's something we've needed for a while, actually.
Yeah, that was the first thing I thought. I was like, this makes rare candy searchable, and suddenly it makes stage 2 decks not bad, to be honest. I mean, if you can get a candy from your deck.
True. I mean, the biggest problem we've had with stage 2 decks is always, if you want the turn 2 stage 2, getting the stage 2 and the candy. This is just adding to that consistency.
Yeah.
It's giving you the candy from your deck. All the Pokemon lines are pretty much searchable as it is. We've got communication, we've got heavy ball, we've got ultra ball, we've got level ball if it's a really small stage 2, maybe something like a Jumpluff, or a Uniclus if you're running some kind of true variant where Trainer. But actually this would be after this would be after Valplume anyway.
But no, it looks very that alone is very interesting. But it means that you can search for things like Catcher and Max Potion and all other sorts of things.
True. There's one thing I want to quickly throw out there. It's something you always shoot down, but it is worth mentioning. It also makes the new tool cards, the Ace spec, searchable. I mean, we've only been able to run one per deck. It is now a case that you don't have to rely on drawing into it. I mean, one Ace spec and a deck of 60 cards, chances of drawing it are quite slim. You can now search it. I mean, I know you're going to instantly turn around now. You're going to mention, Tool Scrap makes it useless and all that.
Yeah. Well,
at least the option's there.
No, I can understand. I mean, being able to search for things like Dark Claw as well, a very nice thing to have. But being able to search for like Dark Claw, especially considering the decks we're seeing in Japan, which seems to be the Hydreigon and Darkrai deck, and it uses Sableye as well.
True. I mean, well, we've got the Dark Claw, we've got Eviolite. There's also going to be stuff like Scarf, Mantle. Is it Scarf or is it Ribbon? I think it's Scarf, isn't it? Yeah, it's Rescue Scarf.
It's one of the two, isn't it?
Yeah, somebody will correct us.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, it looks. I mean, that's if it searches trainers. I'm sure there's. I mean, it can search like Ultra Ball.
That is going to be
Level Ball, Heavy Ball, or any of the ball engines.
It also because we're viewing it now as generic trainer cards, so it includes Trainer Supporter and Trainer Stadium.
Yes, that's what the current scan seems to say, and if it does mean that you'd be able to search for stadiums as well. Yeah,
so that's for decks running cards like Tornadus, you don't have to run like 6 stadiums anymore.
Yeah.
You can keep your stadium number down because it's searchable, so you've got your Sky Arrow. If you're running some kind of slow variant that doesn't really attack, you can still run cards like Tropical Beach. If you're running Fossils, you've got Twist Mountain.
Yeah.
I mean, it does add to consistency. It means you can run like smaller lines elsewhere. I mean, this isn't a case of, I could just have that one card in Skylar's place. Because Skylar is a much more versatile card than just having an extra. It's like the whole energy search versus energy argument, except, this isn't just energy, it's any kind of trainer card. It's your trainer items, it's trainer supporters. I mean, you could go for an N for a later turn if you know you're pretty much set. Scarlet can be one of those cards that you could play it too soon, air quotes, and put yourself in a position where your opponent will think, well, he's been dumb enough to show me he's got that card in hand, I'll N it away. So you can really bluff away a bad hand.
Yeah.
I mean, say you don't want to go for your own N or something. Get something that's going to be helpful next turn, or this will appear to be helpful next turn. They'll N away your bad hand, which means you could draw into your own N, which means you just splash down cards, play your N, you disrupt your opponent, and you get to draw a fresh hand again.
Pretty much.
So, you know, options to bluff. You can search out pretty much anything. You've got consistency. Is there anything this girl doesn't do? I mean, even the artwork's nice on this.
I'm actually hoping for a full art one. That would be kind of nice. But it's, as I say, I think the way it works, or we'll see it working most, is with searching for trainer items. Because I believe, I just think that's how it'll probably go.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously you can use
Skyla
and then use whatever trainer item you search for.
Yeah, it's you'll be using it for trainer item and on the rare occasion maybe trainer stadium, just because you can grab them, splash them.
Yeah.
I mean, the great thing about that is, you know, it is just going to be a case of, well, I can run less catch up because I don't have to draw into it now.
Mm-hmm.
I can, you know, I don't have to worry about, you know, not having switch when I need it. I can search it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, also alongside that, we're going to have escape rope, which we'll go into more depth at some other time. Basically, it's a reprint of Warpoint, which was always a very strongly played card back in the day.
Yes, yeah.
It kind of breaks my heart that they're not like reprinting it as Warpoint though. Just for the whole fact that I actually have the promos from like a couple of seasons back. It's like it got rotated as soon as I got the promo. It's like, I like my blink. I want to blink some Warpoint, but it's escape rope now. It's just a wind argument though. I'm not going to make a huge fuss, am I?
Yeah, well, I'd say there's probably a lot of other stuff that Skylar can search for that we probably haven't covered. I mean, Candy is pretty much the tip of the iceberg, where it's the most... What's the word I'm looking for?
Versatile?
Not very versatile, I mean, considering the format, but it's probably the most one of the very useful cards, considering that Stage 2s haven't got that much support, so having a searchable Candy kind of helps.
True, it is a case of, you know, this is Evolution's being able to actually come back. Skylar in the same format as decks like Garchomp Altaria and Darkrai Hydreigon. It's going to make the fact that we have like Stage 2 support or Stage 2 attackers a lot more prevalent. I mean, we also have the chance to actually search out a lot of stuff anyway. So, I mean, let's take the argument of Garchomp Altaria for a second. I mean, you've got a Gabite that searches for dragons.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you can go to Gibble, level ball for Gabite, use Gabite to search for Garchomp, Skylar gets you a Candy. There's 1.5 guys set up right there. 1.5 guys on your field, just ready to go. I mean, I can see it now. It's going to be pretty damn fun.
It sounds like it should be. But I say, it can search for every trainer. So I don't know what else you'd really search for. I mean, I probably have to have a list of stuff in front of me. I mean, you can search escape rope, so you can search switch. So that's always good. We've
already covered the fact they can pretty much grab every tool in your deck.
Yeah, that's
But to be honest, though, with how like most decks are going these days, Scarlet is basically, you know, best part of half of your deck. Pick something from it.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think I'm going to like keep on repeating this word because it is the key for it. It's just the fact that it's a consistency card. I mean, even if they turn around and say, oh, it's just going to be a trainer item, it's still, you know, you get Candy, you get the Ball Engine, you can get Catcher, you can get Switch. It's like, is there anything else it really needs to grab to actually prove itself as a half decent card?
Not really.
I mean, I can see that, you know, people are turning around and saying, oh, it's not that good, and I can see where they're coming from with the whole fact is, well, it's a supporter to get a trainer. It's like, why don't you just give us a better trainer's effect or something? It's like, it's the fact that, you know, as I said, it's pure consistency. I don't think people will be running 4 Skylar, but
no.
2 could be a good number in a lot of decks. Just as I said, you know, it's a way of, well, if you don't have a certain trainer in your hand, you've got a chance to have the Skylar in your hand to get that trainer for you. It's improving your pull rate. And it's a case of like, you know, people used to run like 2 Catcher because we had like 4 junk arm. Mostly because, you know, once you've used 1 junk arm, you've got 5 more cards in deck that basically equal junk arm. No, equal catcher, sorry.
Yeah.
And this is just another argument for that, really.
It's not like junk arm where it's an extra catcher, it's just basically searching for the one you already have. I mean, I can see it being very useful as I come back to the Hydreigon Darkrai deck from Japan. Being able to use Skyla on your first turn to get a crushing hammer, and then being able to make sure that you have that crushing hammer going for a couple first turns of the game.
That is dirty.
It really is. Or you can search for what's the other one? Enhanced hammer. And make sure that you can get rid of whatever your opponent's setup is really early game.
So
especially
you don't
Sableye
have to
will
like 4 of each
recycle.
now.
Oh yeah, because with a Sableye you can just recycle whichever one you need.
Yeah, true. So it's a case of really right there. Yeah, I think you just hit the nail on the head with how good this card could be. Just for the whole fact that you can grab hammers like turn 1, so you don't have to run like 3 or 4 of each to guarantee. You just Skylar, grab hammer, use hammer, Sableye, bring it back. And you get an infinite loop going with Sableye, or until Sableye's knocked out, which is going to be 2 turns.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, I need to. No, I don't have to. But it seems really strong as a card. I don't know what numbers people will play. I mean, I'd like to say, oh, people play 4 of this because it looks pretty good. But as I say, it is a consistency card. So I don't know. I'm not quite sure yet. I assume testing will need to be done.
I'm gonna protect there and say it's gonna be, you know, if it does see the play it should see, I'm gonna say 2. It's a good number to have. It's not gonna like clog your deck too much. You will have it when you need it, or if you don't have it, you'll most likely have the trainer you need.
The other thing is, it is the only card that searches for stadiums at the moment.
I think it's the only card we have to search for items, don't we? Other than like certain Pokemon's attacks.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, well, one can grab 2 tools and one can grab like items from the discard. But the fact that it's one of the few where it's not actually, you know, based on an attack where you can go and grab something from deck.
Until I start to see something like Sableye Stormfront, it seems to be, I don't think it's going to get any more ridiculous.
Yeah, I think this is probably going to be a good peak for the set so far. I mean, people, you know, there's been a huge outcry against X's since they came out, mostly because they've all been basic. This is Evolution's turning around and saying, we get to do stuff. I mean, what trainers in format really help X's other than stuff like EVI?
Well, X's specifically nothing, but they do have a lot. I mean, it's like Dark Patch for Darkrai and stuff like that.
But, you know, there's like no real recruitment for them. They mostly have like, you know, and 9 times out of 10 the retreat is too low for heavy ball. The hit points are way too high for level ball, so you have to use Ultra Ball, which is, you know, I'm gonna use the Skylar to grab an Ultra Ball to spend 2 cards from my hand to get my X. So it looks like, you know, X's have a cost now. It's not the hugest cost, but at least you have, you know, if you have to pay it more than once, then you're gonna start whittling your hand down. Which also stops them from turning around and saying, well, I'll Bianca, because you've had to Skyla for the Ultra Ball. You can't Bianca this turn. But you still have the fact that a lot of evolution-based decks can grab their actual stage 2s and stage 1s.
Yeah, definitely.
With standard trainers. You don't have to use something as cost-heavy as Ultra Ball. You're probably, like, 1 in 3 guys might need Ultra Ball if you're running a big stage 2.
Well, that's why I come back to the Hydreigon Darkrai, because it seems like heavy Bianca lines are pretty good, so if you have like a Bianca and a Skylar, you could easily go turn 1 Ultra Ball and then turn 2 actually have a hand again. So stuff like that.
True, I mean, I'm not saying that Bianca's useless, but it's the fact that you have to cook that Bianca for a turn now. It's going to be sitting in your hand for a turn. To be honest, your opponent can turn around and end you to get rid of the Bianca, but if they do that, they're giving you a hand anyway. Yeah, that's true. I mean, is there anything that drops cards from hand next format?
But still Ultra Ball.
No, I mean from your opponent's hand. Sorry.
There's not cards discarded, there's hooligans.
True, so you can like send stuff back to deck. A bit flippy there.
But still,
I was just thinking, is there anything online as a Weavile or Team Rocket?
Not that I know of. There probably is, but I just don't know.
I
Unless
don't
there's an
think there is. I
attack.
think
It might-
hooligans is the biggest thing for it.
No, it might be an attack or something.
They haven't got any Astonish attacks either. That's not spoilers as well.
Isn't there? No, there's a Honchkrow, isn't there? And the Honchkrow comes out in the next set.
Next set, Honchkrow. Bear me 2 seconds. Snatch, discard 1 card from your opponent's hand while looking for a dark double colorless.
I'm quite happy I remembered that somehow.
I don't know how you remembered it.
No, I don't either.
See though, there is a small problem I can see with that though, and it's most of the fact that it's 3 energies to do it, so it's not going to be an early game thing.
No.
Whereas Skylar at any point in the game could really screw you over. And I don't see many people running Honchkrow.
No.
Not young. Oh, you're running Skylar. I'm best running Honchkrow. Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
That's true.
Well, I think that's all we've got for it for now.
I don't think there's anything else that really needs to talk about.
Nah, I think we've actually talked about the same things twice now.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Well, at least we've hammered it home. Before we sign off, I'd just like to say once again, anyone who's going to the US and UK Nationals this weekend, good luck, have fun, and hopefully you'll be in the top percentage. Well, okay. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe if you like what you've heard. Till next time, I've been Radsa Joey.
And I'm Maxon.
Bye bye.